Millions of years ago, the Earth was dominated by mighty dinosaurs roaming forests, swamps, and plains across every continent. These colossal creatures had ruled the planet for over 160 million years, evolving into countless shapes and sizes. Some dinosaurs were towering predators, while others grazed peacefully, shaping ecosystems with their sheer presence. But beneath this thriving world, an invisible threat was hurtling through space toward our planet. A massive asteroid traveling at incredible speeds silently approached Earth, carrying the power to change life forever. Scientists estimate this rock was nearly 10 kilometers wide, a force capable of triggering catastrophic events worldwide. As it collided with our planet, the impact unleashed energy equivalent to billions of atomic bombs detonating at once. The sky lit up with blinding fire, shaking the ground across continents in a devastating chain reaction. Oceans roared as tsunamis thousands of feet high surged, engulfing coastal regions with unimaginable force. Forests caught fire instantly, turning lush landscapes into ash-covered wastelands within moments. Debris and dust shot into the atmosphere, blocking sunlight and plunging Earth into an era of darkness. Without sunlight, temperatures dropped drastically, collapsing ecosystems and food chains that had thrived for millions of years. Plant life perished first, depriving herbivorous dinosaurs of the sustenance needed to survive. As herbivores declined, the carnivorous predators lost their prey, facing starvation in a rapidly changing world. This chain reaction triggered the most severe mass extinction Earth had ever experienced. Studies suggest up to 75% of all species on Earth vanished in a relatively short geological period. Among the fallen were iconic giants like Tyrannosaurus rex, Triceratops, and many others now lost to time. Some smaller animals, like certain mammals and birds, survived by adapting to the new harsh conditions. The asteroid impact created a lasting crater in what is now the Yucatán Peninsula, called Chicxulub. Scientists continue to study this crater to understand the immense power of the collision and its effects. Evidence from geological layers worldwide confirms the sudden extinction event and its global scale. Tiny fragments of the asteroid, called iridium, are found in these layers, marking the moment of catastrophe. The impact's shockwave traveled around the globe, toppling trees, leveling landscapes and altering climates forever. Fires, earthquakes and tsunamis combined to make survival nearly impossible for large life forms. Even the oceans suffered, with plankton and other microscopic life dying in massive numbers. This collapse disrupted the entire food chain, leaving ecosystems in chaos and vulnerability. Volcanic activity may have compounded the disaster, releasing more toxins into the atmosphere. Ash and debris lingered for months, blocking sunlight and preventing photosynthesis on a global scale. Without photosynthesis, plants died, herbivores starved, and carnivores followed in an unstoppable chain. Global temperatures fluctuated drastically, with heat waves and cold snaps stressing surviving species. Oxygen levels in the oceans dropped, causing marine life to die in one of the worst aquatic crises ever. Some creatures burrowed or sought shelter, managing to survive the immediate impact and subsequent hardships. Birds, small mammals, and certain reptiles adapted quickly, giving them an evolutionary advantage in the aftermath. Over time, Earth slowly recovered, but the age of dinosaurs had ended, making way for mammals to dominate. This extinction shaped the course of evolution, opening ecological niches for new life forms to emerge. Dinosaurs, despite their dominance, could not survive the sudden catastrophic change brought by the asteroid. The story of their extinction serves as a reminder of Earth's vulnerability to cosmic forces. Geologists and paleontologists continue to uncover clues, piecing together the final moments of these giants. Each fossil tells a story of a world lost, preserved in rock layers across continents for millions of years. Impact simulations and computer models help scientists recreate the event to understand its global effects. The asteroid impact is now considered the primary cause of the Cretaceous Paleogene mass extinction. It demonstrates how quickly life can be upended by sudden catastrophic environmental changes. Despite their extinction, dinosaurs left an enduring legacy, inspiring curiosity, research, and imagination. Modern birds are the closest living relatives, carrying a genetic link to these ancient giants. The asteroid collision reminds us of the fragility of ecosystems and the power of forces beyond our control. Studying this event helps predict potential future impacts from near-Earth objects and cosmic hazards. It also underscores the importance of preserving biodiversity, as sudden changes can reshape life dramatically. Fossil evidence and geological data continue to refine our understanding of this pivotal moment in Earth's history. Chicxulub crater remains a monumental reminder of the asteroid's devastation and its lasting imprint on the planet. Ancient forests turned to charcoal, seas boiled, and the skies were filled with dark clouds of dust and soot. Animals large and small faced extinction in the blink of geological time, changing the planet forever. The world that emerged afterward was unrecognizable, dominated by small, adaptable species. Mammals took advantage of empty niches, evolving rapidly in the absence of dinosaurs. Over millions of years, these survivors diversified into the forms we recognize today, including humans. The extinction event emphasizes the delicate balance of life on Earth and the influence of cosmic events. Scientists piece together the sequence: impact, firestorms, tsunamis, darkness, starvation, collapse of ecosystems. Fossil layers worldwide provide a timeline, capturing the suddenness and magnitude of the catastrophe. Radiometric dating and chemical analysis confirm the timing of this mass extinction at 66 million years ago. Dinosaurs' dominance ended not by disease or competition, but by a cosmic strike that reshaped life itself. Every extinction teaches lessons about resilience, adaptation, and the transient nature of even the mightiest species. The asteroid impact is one of the most dramatic examples of how life can be altered in an instant. Future generations of scientists continue to study this event to understand extinction mechanisms. Knowledge gained from this event informs modern efforts to detect and potentially deflect hazardous asteroids. The extinction of dinosaurs remains one of the most compelling stories in natural history, blending drama and science. It reminds us that Earth is part of a larger cosmic environment, subject to forces beyond human control. Through fossils, craters, and geological evidence, we can reconstruct the final hours of a lost era. This story fascinates not just scientists, but storytellers, filmmakers, and anyone curious about our planet's past. Every rock and fossil is a witness to the sudden shift that ended the reign of these incredible creatures. The asteroid impact is a cautionary tale of nature's power and the fragility of even dominant species. Dinosaurs' extinction marks the boundary between the Mesozoic and Cenozoic eras, a turning point in life on Earth. Even today, their legacy sparks wonder, reminding us of a world that once teemed with giants. Understanding this extinction helps contextualize how species respond to rapid environmental change. It is a stark illustration of survival, extinction, and the evolution of life on a dynamic planet. Researchers continue to study impact craters worldwide to identify other ancient catastrophic events. Each discovery adds clarity, confirming how one asteroid reshaped the destiny of life on Earth. The aftermath of the asteroid was chaotic. Skies darkened, temperatures plummeted, and sunlight barely reached Earth's surface. Plants withered, unable to photosynthesize, causing a catastrophic collapse in the food chain from the bottom up. Herbivorous dinosaurs starved first, struggling to find enough vegetation to survive the long period of darkness. Carnivorous dinosaurs soon faced starvation as their prey vanished, unable to adapt to the harsh, changing environment. The Earth became a frozen, desolate wasteland in some regions, while other areas suffered scorching heat from firestorms. Massive wildfires, triggered by the impact, spread across continents, consuming forests and grasslands in minutes. Tsunamis generated by the impact's energy reached thousands of miles inland, drowning ecosystems and cities of life. Volcanic activity may have worsened conditions, releasing toxic gases and contributing to the atmospheric collapse. Marine life suffered as ocean temperatures fluctuated, oxygen levels dropped, and food chains were utterly disrupted. Plankton and microscopic organisms, the base of the oceanic food web, perished in vast numbers, starving larger species. Some species found refuge in burrows, deep ocean trenches, or caves, managing to survive the initial chaos. Small mammals, reptiles, and certain bird-like dinosaurs demonstrated resilience, exploiting the niches left behind. These survivors would become the ancestors of modern species, carrying life forward into the new era. In the immediate aftermath, the planet was shrouded in darkness, with dust and soot blocking the sun for months. This phenomenon, called an impact winter, drastically reduced temperatures and halted plant growth worldwide. Food scarcity led to mass starvation, creating a feedback loop that accelerated extinction rates for large animals. Fossil evidence indicates rapid die-offs in multiple locations, confirming how sudden and severe the event was. The asteroid impact left a giant crater, Chicxulub, over 180 kilometers wide, still visible beneath the Yucatán Peninsula. Scientists study this crater to estimate the energy released and its role in global climatic changes. High levels of iridium in geological layers worldwide serve as a smoking gun, proving the asteroid's role. The energy released instantaneously changed Earth's climate, causing earthquakes, firestorms, and hurricanes across the globe. Surviving animals were forced to adapt to harsh conditions, migrate, or perish within a few years of the impact. Some birds and small mammals thrived, feeding on insects, seeds, and other resilient food sources. Reptiles like turtles and crocodiles survived due to their slower metabolism and ability to endure scarcity. Plants that could grow in low light or burrow seeds underground fared better, helping some ecosystems recover faster. The extinction event reshaped ecosystems completely, removing dominant species and opening ecological niches. Mammals, once small and nocturnal, began to diversify and occupy niches left vacant by dinosaurs. Over millions of years, these mammals evolved into larger forms, eventually dominating the land during the Cenozoic. The extinction highlights the fragility of even dominant species when faced with sudden, extreme environmental stress. Dinosaurs, despite their dominance for millions of years, could not survive the rapid changes imposed by the impact. Studies of sediment and rock layers show soot, ash, and glass spherules deposited globally, evidence of worldwide firestorms. Ocean sediments reveal mass die-offs in marine ecosystems, marking a catastrophic collapse in food webs. Fossils of dying species in strange positions suggest sudden violent deaths from starvation or environmental stress. The asteroid impact was a 1-2 punch, immediate destruction and long-term environmental disruption lasting years. The event demonstrates how interconnected life is. The collapse of one level of the food chain devastates the rest. The largest dinosaurs, unable to survive on limited resources, disappeared entirely, leaving only smaller, adaptable species. Birds, the only surviving dinosaurs, carried forward the legacy of this once mighty group of creatures. Mammals quickly diversified, filling roles as herbivores, predators, and scavengers in a post-dinosaur world. Coral reefs and shallow seas also suffered, with many species of fish and invertebrates dying out. Volcanic eruptions may have contributed greenhouse gases, prolonging climate instability and acidifying oceans. Ice cores and chemical analysis provide evidence of dramatic temperature swings following the impact. Geological layers reveal a spike in soot, suggesting massive global wildfires coinciding with the impact event. Fossils from this period show a stark contrast between pre-impact diversity and post-impact scarcity. Some amphibians and small reptiles survived by burrowing or staying in water, shielding themselves from environmental extremes. Surviving plants often reproduced quickly, recolonizing devastated areas and providing new food sources. The extinction event illustrates that even the mightiest species are vulnerable to sudden cosmic events. The asteroid impact also reshaped Earth's geography, creating new coastlines, mountains, and cratered landscapes. These physical changes influenced migration, evolution, and the emergence of new species in the following eras. Evidence from multiple continents confirms that this extinction was global, not a local or regional phenomenon. Radiometric dating places the event at 66 million years ago, precisely marking the boundary between the Cretaceous and Paleogene. The immediate aftermath was deadly, but the planet gradually began to recover, paving the way for new evolutionary opportunities. Fossilized plants and animals show that recovery began with small, hardy species, gradually increasing diversity over time. The asteroid impact serves as a stark reminder of Earth's vulnerability to celestial hazards. Studying Chicxulub and similar craters informs modern planetary defense efforts to prevent future catastrophes. Scientists simulate impacts to predict potential outcomes, helping humanity prepare for cosmic threats. The event also teaches about resilience. Small, adaptable species survived and eventually flourished. Birds and mammals inherited empty ecological niches, leading to explosive evolutionary growth in the Cenozoic. This mass extinction reset Earth's biosphere, creating opportunities for new life forms to dominate. The story of the asteroid impact captivates scientists, educators, and the public alike, combining drama with discovery. Understanding these events helps contextualize extinction risks for today's species, facing rapid environmental change. The asteroid impact also underscores the importance of studying geology, paleontology, and climate science together. Researchers use sediment layers, fossils, and chemical signatures to piece together the chain of extinction events. Every new discovery adds depth to our understanding of how sudden events can reshape life on Earth. The Cretaceous Paleogene boundary stands as a marker of one of Earth's most dramatic transitions. Life did not end, but transformed, demonstrating nature's power and adaptability in the face of disaster. Modern mammals, birds, and even humans are indirect beneficiaries of this extinction, occupying niches once held by dinosaurs. By studying the asteroid's impact, we understand how cosmic events influence evolution, survival, and extinction. The Cretaceous world ended violently, but its legacy continues in the life forms that followed. From fossil records to crater analysis, scientists reconstruct the story of the cataclysm with increasing precision. Each layer of rock is a chapter, preserving evidence of a sudden, devastating event in Earth's history. The asteroid AS legacy is a cautionary tale about the fragility and resilience of life in a dynamic universe. By exploring this extinction, we gain perspective on how life responds to catastrophic changes. Even today, the story of the asteroid impact sparks wonder and curiosity about Earth's deep past. It challenges us to imagine the sounds, sights, and chaos that unfolded in those final hours for the dinosaurs. The extinction demonstrates that survival often depends on adaptability, not size or strength. Life finds a way, but sometimes only the smallest, most versatile species endure when disaster strikes. Chicxulub crater remains a silent witness to one of the most powerful cosmic collisions in Earth's history. Through it, we glimpse the forces that have shaped life, reminding us of both vulnerability and resilience. The event was sudden, global, and devastating, leaving a permanent mark on Earth's biological and geological record. Studying this event informs how species may respond to future sudden changes, natural or human-made. The asteroid extinction continues to captivate imagination, bridging science, storytelling, and education. As Earth slowly emerged from darkness, the planet was transformed into a new world, barren in some areas and recovering in others. Small mammals, birds, and resilient reptiles began to repopulate regions once dominated by dinosaurs. Survivors exploited empty ecological niches, feeding on seeds, insects, and other available resources. Mammals, previously limited in size and diversity, now had the chance to evolve and expand rapidly. Birds, descendants of small theropods, diversified into new forms spreading across continents. Plant life gradually returned, with fast-growing species taking advantage of sunlight piercing the dust clouds. Early forests and grasslands slowly regenerated, providing shelter and food for surviving animals. Oceans once devastated saw the return of plankton, which restored the base of the marine food chain. Recovery was slow but steady, spanning millions of years, reshaping ecosystems and biodiversity worldwide. Extinction of large predators allowed smaller species to thrive without fear, accelerating evolutionary processes. Fossil evidence shows that life bounced back in stages, first small, then progressively larger and more complex forms. Rivers and lakes became habitats for fish, amphibians, and reptiles, aiding the gradual re-establishment of ecosystems. The Cenozoic era began, marking a new chapter in Earth's history dominated by mammals and birds. Volcanic activity and changing climates continued to influence evolution, creating new selective pressures. Mammals evolved rapidly, filling roles as grazers, predators, and scavengers across landmasses. Some species developed social structures, intelligence, and behaviors that gave them survival advantages. The asteroid impact left a lasting imprint on Earth, shaping the trajectory of evolution for millions of years. Fossilized remains show transitional forms bridging the gap between pre- and post-impact life. Extinction paved the way for adaptive radiation, where surviving species diversified into new forms. Dinosaurs' disappearance created opportunities for innovation, such as flight, burrowing, and nocturnal activity. Early primates evolved, eventually laying the foundation for human ancestry millions of years later. Crocodiles, turtles, and some amphibians thrived, demonstrating resilience in both aquatic and terrestrial habitats. Surviving plant species adapted to rapid growth, seed dispersal, and tolerance of changing climates. Some insect species exploded in diversity, taking advantage of available resources and vacant niches. Re-establishing ecosystems relied on small, versatile organisms to stabilize food webs. The recovery period also saw the evolution of new predator-prey dynamics in both oceans and on land. Coral reefs recovered slowly, eventually providing habitats for diverse marine species once again. Geological records show that soil fertility gradually improved, supporting renewed plant growth and biodiversity. Forests returned in waves, often dominated by pioneer species, before more complex ecosystems developed. Mammals gradually increased in size, diversity, and ecological dominance over the following millions of years. Extinction events like this one demonstrate that life on Earth is resilient, but highly vulnerable to sudden changes. Species that survive catastrophes often possess traits like adaptability, rapid reproduction, and small size. Birds flourished in the absence of large dinosaurs, giving rise to diverse modern lineages worldwide. Surviving marine species adapted to cooler, low-light conditions before thriving in recovering oceans. Predatory mammals evolved to occupy roles previously held by large theropod dinosaurs. Herbivorous mammals diversified to exploit vegetation left behind by vanished dinosaurs. This mass extinction marked a major turning point, shaping the ecosystems we recognize today. Fossil evidence reveals how life restructured itself, from devastated landscapes to complex, functioning ecosystems. Studying post-impact fossils provides insight into resilience, adaptation, and evolutionary innovation. The asteroid's impact serves as a natural experiment in how sudden environmental change influences life. Scientists use this event to understand extinction patterns and survival strategies in deep time. The story of survival highlights the role of small, adaptable species in repopulating devastated environments. Dinosaurs' loss allowed mammals and birds to expand, diversify, and dominate ecological landscapes. This transformation illustrates the interplay between catastrophic events and long-term evolutionary trends. Recovery was uneven, with some areas flourishing while others remained barren for extended periods. Isolated islands and refuges became hotspots for survival and diversification during the recovery phase. Environmental pressures drove innovation in behavior, morphology, and ecological interactions. Some species developed flight, nocturnal habits, or dietary flexibility to thrive in a post-dinosaur world. Fossils reveal transitional species, bridging the gap between pre-extinction giants and post-extinction survivors. Over time, ecosystems stabilized, forming complex food webs and interdependent species networks. Mammals evolved diverse forms, from small insectivores to larger herbivores and apex predators. Birds radiated into numerous ecological niches, including forests, grasslands, and wetlands. Plant diversity rebounded, supporting herbivores and facilitating the recovery of entire ecosystems. The extinction event also reshaped geographic distributions as species colonized new habitats. Oceans slowly regained diversity, with fish, mollusks, and coral systems recovering over millions of years. Volcanism, climate fluctuations, and plate tectonics influenced the trajectory of recovery and evolution. The asteroid impact exemplifies the interconnectedness of life, climate, and catastrophic events. Species that survived laid the foundation for modern ecosystems and the eventual rise of humans. Studying this event emphasizes the importance of adaptability and ecological flexibility for survival. Life that persisted after the extinction was often smaller, versatile, and capable of rapid reproduction. Fossil records reveal a striking contrast between pre-extinction diversity and post-extinction scarcity. The Cretaceous-Paleogene boundary provides a clear marker of the transition between two eras. Understanding this period helps explain why mammals rose to prominence after the dinosaurs disappeared. Recovery patterns indicate that life rebounds in stages, from pioneer species to complex ecosystems. Extinction allowed evolution to explore new paths, producing innovations previously impossible under dinosaur dominance. Birds and mammals diversified, setting the stage for the dominance of warm-blooded animals in the Cenozoic. The asteroid impact reminds us of Earth's vulnerability to sudden cosmic events and environmental change. This extinction underscores the dynamic, ever-changing nature of life on Earth. Studying the event teaches lessons about resilience, adaptation, and survival in extreme conditions. The story continues to inspire scientists, educators, and storytellers fascinated by Earth's deep history. Even today, the asteroid's legacy shapes how we understand evolution, extinction, and life's persistence. Modern ecosystems, mammals, and birds owe their existence to survivors of this catastrophic event. From fiery impact to long-term recovery, the extinction highlights both destruction and renewal on Earth. Life's ability to adapt and evolve ensured that Earth remained habitable despite one of its most devastating blows. The asteroid impact reshaped Earth's climate, geography, and life forever, leaving a world unrecognizable to the dinosaurs. Massive craters, altered coastlines, and fire-scarred landscapes testified to the cataclysm's immense force. Dark clouds of dust and soot lingered for months, blocking sunlight and halting photosynthesis globally. This impact winter caused extreme cold in many regions, making survival impossible for large, cold-blooded reptiles. Herbivorous dinosaurs were the first to succumb, unable to find enough food to endure the prolonged darkness. Predatory dinosaurs followed, as their prey vanished and ecosystems collapsed under extreme environmental stress. Small mammals, reptiles, and birds were among the few that could adapt and survive, shaping future evolutionary paths. Aquatic species suffered as well. Oceans became oxygen-poor zones, and many marine creatures perished. Plankton, the foundation of marine food webs, died in massive numbers, destabilizing the ocean's ecosystems. Coral reefs and shallow marine habitats collapsed, with recovery taking millions of years after the impact. The Chicxulub crater in Mexico remains a permanent reminder of the asteroid's colossal energy and destruction. Scientists study the crater to understand impact mechanics and the global effects of such collisions. High concentrations of iridium in rock layers worldwide serve as definitive evidence of the asteroid's role. Impact-generated tsunamis reached continents, destroying coastal habitats and reshaping shorelines dramatically. Wildfires raged globally, burning forests and grasslands, leaving ash deposits preserved in the geological record. Volcanic activity may have worsened the environmental collapse, releasing carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere. Climate fluctuations included extreme temperature swings, acid rain, and periods of prolonged darkness. Ecosystems that had thrived for millions of years were suddenly wiped out, leaving only resilient survivors. Survivors were typically small, adaptable, and capable of exploiting new or scarce food sources. Birds, descendants of small theropod dinosaurs, flourished, representing the only surviving dinosaur lineage. Mammals, previously limited in diversity and size, began to expand, taking advantage of empty ecological niches. Insects and small invertebrates also diversified, providing food sources for surviving predators. Plant life recovered slowly, with pioneer species first, followed by more complex forests and vegetation. Over millions of years, these recovery patterns established the foundations of modern ecosystems. The extinction opened ecological opportunities that had been inaccessible under dinosaur dominance. Predators evolved into new forms, some growing larger, others specializing in unique diets or habitats. Herbivorous mammals diversified, exploiting plants and landscapes previously dominated by dinosaurs. Birds adapted to varied habitats, from forests to wetlands, further filling ecological roles left vacant. Marine life rebounded gradually, with plankton, fish and mollusks restoring the oceanic food chains. Coral reefs slowly redeveloped, providing habitats for a new wave of marine biodiversity. Small mammals evolved rapidly, eventually giving rise to the ancestors of many modern species, including primates. Some reptiles, amphibians and fish survived by hiding in burrows, water, or other protective environments. Survival often depended on adaptability, reproductive strategies, and the ability to exploit multiple food sources. The event illustrates the profound influence of sudden environmental changes on life's trajectory. Extinction reset ecosystems, allowing evolution to explore new adaptive paths and produce novel species. Cenozoic ecosystems emerged, dominated by mammals and birds, laying the foundation for today's biodiversity. The asteroid's impact serves as a natural experiment, showing how life responds to catastrophic disruption. Scientists reconstruct this event through fossils, sediment layers, and chemical signatures in rocks worldwide. Evidence shows a stark contrast between pre-impact abundance and post-impact scarcity of species. Recovery was uneven. Some areas rebounded quickly, while others remained barren for millions of years. Geographic isolation and refugees played a key role in survival and diversification of species. Evolutionary innovations included flight, burrowing, dietary flexibility, and nocturnal activity. Birds radiated into multiple lineages, filling ecological roles previously dominated by dinosaurs. Mammals increased in size, complexity, and diversity, becoming apex herbivores and predators over time. Forests and grasslands returned, providing food, shelter, and opportunities for renewed ecological interactions. Oceans gradually regained biodiversity, supporting complex food webs and diverse marine species. Life's resilience after such a catastrophic event illustrates the adaptability of surviving organisms. Small size, versatility, and reproductive strategies determined which species endured the post-impact world. The asteroid impact marked the boundary between the Mesozoic and Cenozoic eras, a turning point in life's history. Understanding this event informs modern science about extinction, survival, and environmental vulnerability. Geological and fossil records reveal the rapid die-offs and subsequent recovery of Earth's ecosystems. Studying the Chicxulub crater helps predict potential hazards from near-Earth objects in the future. Extinction events highlight the delicate balance of life and the speed at which ecosystems can collapse. Mammals and birds benefited from empty niches, leading to adaptive radiation and evolutionary success. Life rebounded in stages, from hardy survivors to complex communities with intricate interdependencies. The asteroid impact reshaped Earth's climate, landscapes, and life, leaving a permanent mark on evolution. Fossils of transitional species document the recovery process and adaptation to new environmental pressures. Coral reefs, forests, and wetlands slowly regained structure, supporting herbivores, predators, and omnivores. The extinction teaches about survival, adaptation, and resilience in the face of sudden catastrophe. Even today, birds remind us of the dinosaurs, bridging the gap between the ancient and modern world. Mammals' rise was facilitated by the extinction, setting the stage for the eventual appearance of humans. The asteroid impact demonstrates the interconnectedness of life, climate, and catastrophic events on a global scale. By studying post-extinction recovery, scientists understand how ecosystems reorganize after extreme disruptions. Adaptable species thrive, while specialized giants often perish when environmental conditions shift rapidly. The event emphasizes the importance of ecological flexibility and survival strategies for long-term persistence. Modern ecosystems reflect millions of years of recovery, adaptation, and evolutionary innovation. Birds, mammals, and surviving reptiles exploited opportunities left by vanished dinosaurs to dominate habitats. Marine ecosystems recovered in tandem with terrestrial ones, eventually restoring biodiversity and food webs. Plants adapted to low light, rapid growth and disturbed soils, enabling the return of complex forests. Evolutionary innovations in survivors led to new niches, behaviors, and species diversification. The asteroid impact exemplifies how sudden events can alter life trajectories on a planetary scale. Studying this period informs conservation, ecology, and our understanding of catastrophic environmental change. Life's resilience ensured survival despite the asteroid's devastation, illustrating nature's persistence. Fossils and craters allow us to reconstruct this cataclysm, offering insights into Earth's history and evolution. This mass extinction reshaped the world, paving the way for mammals, birds, and modern biodiversity to thrive. Even 66 million years later, the asteroid's legacy continues to influence science, education, and culture. Millions of years after the asteroid impact, Earth's ecosystems recovered, but the age of dinosaurs had come to an end. Mammals and birds dominated the post-impact world, evolving rapidly into new forms and occupying empty ecological niches. Small, adaptable species thrived, proving that survival often favors versatility over size or strength. Dinosaurs, once rulers of Earth, vanished, leaving only birds as their living descendants. The asteroid's impact reshaped the planet, altering landscapes, climates, and the course of evolution forever. Surviving species adapted to new conditions, giving rise to complex ecosystems over millions of years. Mammals evolved into diverse forms, including herbivores, predators, and eventually primates leading to humans. Birds diversified into forests, wetlands, grasslands, and oceans, filling niches left by vanished dinosaurs. Plant life slowly regenerated, supporting herbivores and allowing ecosystems to regain complexity. Oceans recovered as plankton, fish, and coral reefs restored the base of marine food chains. The extinction highlights how sudden events can redefine life on a planetary scale. Fossils, crater analysis, and chemical signatures preserve the story of this catastrophic event. Chicxulub crater remains a silent witness to one of the most powerful cosmic collisions in Earth's history. Global layers of iridium and shocked minerals confirm the asteroid's role in mass extinction. Wildfires, tsunamis, earthquakes, and darkness combined to create a deadly, worldwide catastrophe. Survival depended on adaptability, rapid reproduction, and small size, traits key for post-impact life. The event reset ecosystems, creating opportunities for evolutionary innovation and adaptive radiation. Dinosaurs' extinction allowed mammals to expand, eventually dominating terrestrial ecosystems. Birds evolved from small theropods, becoming the only surviving link to dinosaur lineage. Marine species rebounded slowly, with diversity increasing as oxygen levels and food chains recovered. Plant and animal life repopulated continents, forming new ecosystems over millions of years. Evolutionary pressures favored species that could exploit multiple food sources and habitats. The asteroid's impact demonstrates the fragility of even the mightiest species in sudden environmental change. Recovery patterns show life rebounded in stages, from hardy survivors to complex communities. Mammals increased in size and ecological roles, including predators, grazers, and scavengers. Birds radiated into diverse forms, spreading across continents and habitats over millions of years. Coral reefs and coastal ecosystems gradually regained structure, supporting marine biodiversity. Forests and grasslands expanded, providing food and shelter for herbivores and predators alike. Insects and small invertebrates flourished, aiding recovery and creating new food sources for larger species. Small mammals evolved intelligence, social behavior, and diverse diets to survive in a changing world. The extinction emphasizes the importance of flexibility and adaptability in overcoming catastrophic events. Fossil evidence shows transitional species bridging pre- and post-extinction ecosystems. Life after the asteroid was dominated by survivors that could endure scarcity and environmental stress. Ecological niches once held by dinosaurs were now filled by mammals, birds, and resilient reptiles. Geological and fossil records allow scientists to reconstruct the sequence and consequences of the impact. The asteroid extinction demonstrates how quickly life can be reshaped by sudden cosmic events. It also provides insight into modern extinction risks from climate change and human activity. Adaptive traits, such as burrowing, nocturnal habits, and omnivorous diets, ensured survival. Some reptiles and amphibians survived by seeking aquatic refuge or enduring harsh conditions. The Cenozoic era emerged as a time of recovery, diversification, and evolutionary opportunity. Ecosystem recovery spanned millions of years, with life gradually regaining complexity and stability. Fossils show pioneer species first, followed by larger and more specialized organisms over time. Survivors laid the foundation for the biodiversity we see on Earth today. Modern birds carry the genetic legacy of dinosaurs, linking past and present life. Mammals diversified and evolved into complex forms, eventually leading to humans and other apex species. Marine ecosystems recovered with plankton, fish, and coral, forming intricate food webs. Forests and grasslands expanded, creating habitats for a new generation of terrestrial life. Small mammals thrived in the absence of large predators, shaping evolutionary trajectories. The extinction serves as a reminder of the fragility and resilience of life on Earth. Chicxulub crater and global evidence preserve the memory of this catastrophic event. The asteroid impact reshaped the trajectory of evolution, leaving a permanent mark on the planet. Life rebounded, but the world of dinosaurs was gone, replaced by new forms of life. Adaptive radiation allowed mammals and birds to explore new ecological opportunities. Evolutionary innovation accelerated, producing species with new behaviors, diets, and habitats. Fossils, rock layers, and chemical traces tell the story of sudden extinction and long-term recovery. The asteroid extinction remains one of the most dramatic events in Earth's history. It reshaped life, ecosystems, and evolution, emphasizing the power of cosmic forces. Even today, this event informs science, conservation, and our understanding of survival and adaptation. Dinosaurs' extinction illustrates the delicate balance between species, environment, and chance. Small survivors became the architects of a new world, shaping the course of life on Earth. Modern ecosystems owe their structure and diversity to this pivotal extinction event. Birds, mammals, and resilient reptiles thrived, proving nature's capacity to recover and innovate. The asteroid impact demonstrates how quickly life can be disrupted and reshaped by sudden events. Life's persistence after the catastrophe highlights resilience and adaptability in evolution. Mammals eventually rose to dominance, while birds preserved the legacy of the dinosaurs. Marine and terrestrial ecosystems recovered gradually, creating complex networks of interdependent species. The extinction illustrates survival strategies. Versatility, adaptability, and rapid reproduction ensured persistence. Studying this event helps predict responses to environmental stresses, cosmic threats, and climate shifts. Fossils reveal the dramatic contrast between the rich Cretaceous world and the post-impact ecosystems. Recovery was a testament to life's ability to adapt, evolve, and repopulate devastated landscapes. Even after such a catastrophic event, life persisted, flourished, and laid the foundation for the modern biosphere. The asteroid extinction remains a cornerstone for understanding evolution, survival, and Earth's dynamic history. It reminds us that even dominant species are vulnerable to sudden environmental catastrophe. Life's ability to recover ensured the continuity of ecosystems, biodiversity, and evolutionary potential. The story of the dinosaurs' extinction captures imagination, science, and the dramatic forces shaping life. Through study, we learn lessons about resilience, survival, and the interconnectedness of all species.